Hey Natalie, did your boss tell you to come in tomorrow at the last minute again? My mom texted me and said you had to ask her to pick up Amy for you.
Yeah, I did. Sorry. I feel bad for dropping this on Mom at the last minute. Did she seem upset?
Nah, you know my mom. She's always thrilled to have Amy spend the afternoon with her. Being a grandma is the best thing that's ever happened to her. I am concerned about you though. You've been working an awful lot lately. Are you sure it isn't too much?
I'm really sorry, Jonah. You know how things are these days. It's impossible to get people to work. We're really short-handed, and my boss knows he can count on me, so...
When you originally signed up for this part-time job, you said it was just going to be 2 days a week. We've gone in 4 days this week and last week.
I know. But we're looking to hire another person, and as soon as we get a decent applicant, my schedule will be a lot lighter again.
Be that as it may, I'm still concerned about you.
Really? What for?
I know you better than anyone, Natalie. You have a really hard time telling people no. I'm concerned that your boss is taking advantage of you. That's all.
No, my boss is a great guy. He'd never take advantage of me. We're short-handed and busy. It's that simple. And for the record, I have turned him down a few times.
Oh, really? Alright then, if you say so. But you do have a point. Everyone is short-handed these days.
Right? Everyone on the street has a help wanted sign in the window. But there are benefits to that. They're so desperate to have people that they're super lenient about taking time off. They tell me that if something ever happens where I need to take care of Amy or something, that I can cancel my shift whenever I want. It's a great place to work.
I'm really glad to hear that. But still, don't overdo it, okay? Remember, we can live on my income alone with no issues. If it were up to me, I'd rather you spend as much time with Amy as possible.
Me too. But like I said, the second we find another person, I'll be a lot less busy. I've been thinking about taking your mom out to dinner for taking care of Amy so often lately.
I don't think you need to do that. Just having Amy over is enough of a present for her.
Still, I really do want to do something to say thanks.
Yeah, that would be a nice thing to do. Your idea of taking her out to dinner sounds good. We can all go together.
That would be awesome. There's a new Korean barbecue restaurant in town that I've been dying to go to. It's a little pricey, but it looks delicious.
Works for me. I love meat. Gotta go. My boss is calling me.
Okay, see you later. I'll do my best to make sure I get home before Amy gets out of daycare.
Thanks for all you do, Natalie.
I'm just doing what any mother would do for her husband and child. Thanks for all of your hard work too, Jonah. Hey, Jonah, do you have a minute? I wanted to ask you something.
Sure, babe. What's up?
I was thinking about going to stay at my mom's house next weekend.
Okay, that sounds fine to me. We haven't been over to see her for a while. I'm sure she'd love to see Amy.
No. I don't mean all of us. I'd like to go by myself, actually.
You want to go alone? Why's that? Something wrong?
You remember I told you one of my relatives passed away recently, right? They were single and didn't have any kids. So my mom and her siblings were asked to help take care of his things. You know, straighten up his house, find all the things that have value, throw the rest away, that sort of thing.
Oof. That sounds like a pain and a half. How about I come along to help out?
But who's gonna look after Amy?
Right. Meh, she could come along with us. It's probably gonna be some heavy lifting to do. Wouldn't it be better to have a man around to help?
My uncles are coming, so we'll be fine. Plus, I don't want Amy to have to spend the entire weekend playing by herself while we clean up an old, dirty house. The only other option would be to leave her with your mom or my mom, but my mom's gonna be busy with cleaning, and I'd feel terrible leaving Amy with your mother for an entire weekend.
Yeah, I guess you're right. An afternoon is one thing, but it'll be a lot of work to watch over Amy for 2 whole days. Okay, I'll stay here with Amy then.
Thank you so much, Jonah.
Did you clear that with your boss? I thought I remembered you saying that he might be asking to come in on weekends for the next month or so.
I talked to him and he said that I don't need to worry about coming in anymore.
Oh, okay. Did he finally hire another person then?
Yep. He said that after next weekend, my schedule is going to go back to normal. No more last-minute shifts for me.
That's great. Amy's gonna be thrilled to hear that.
Really? Why's that?
Well, I haven't told you this before, but she's been acting really sad lately when she goes to my mom's house. Mom told me that the other day, Amy told her, Mommy's leaving me all alone.
Wow. I have no idea why she'd say something so dramatic. I mean, she's only going over to your mom's house a couple of times a week, right? And only for a few hours at a time.
Well, apparently that's enough to make her feel sad. I remember back when she was 3, she used to start crying her eyes out whenever you left the room. I guess she has a stronger attachment to you than you know.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. But she's not 3 anymore. She's already 5 years old. Plus, she's going to daycare 5 days a week. I think it's about time she grew up a little bit and started getting more independent, don't you?
You might say she's already 5 years old, but looking at it another way, you could also say she's only 5 years old. I would say she's at just about an appropriate level of independent for her age. Honestly, I'd be worried if she was any more independent than she already is. The last thing I need is for her to all of a sudden run off while we're at the store or something. That might give me a heart attack.
Well, I don't know. Maybe there's something to that.
I really think you've been working too much, Natalie. You don't mind me saying, you've been a little bit harsh on Amy these days. You're pretty quick to get on her case about things that I don't see as all that big of a deal.
You think so? I'm sorry, Jonah. I've been so busy at work, and I don't know what it is, but it feels like Amy won't listen to a word I say anymore. I guess maybe I've been kind of short-tempered. I'll be more careful from now on.
Please don't feel like I'm criticizing you, Natalie. You're a great mom. I know you love Amy a lot. I'm partially at fault too. I've been too busy with my own job to help out much around the house lately. You know what? I'd say a nice relaxing weekend at your mom's house might just be what the doctor ordered. Why not make it a long weekend for yourself? You can stay a few extra days. Take some time off to forget all about all your responsibilities at home and relax.
Are you sure that's okay, Jonah?
Sure, I'm sure. You're gonna be cleaning up at your relative's house on Saturday and Sunday, right? You can leave everything here to me. Take some time for yourself for a change.
Wow, I really appreciate this. You have no idea how much it means to me. You already do so much for me.
Nah, I can always do a little more. You're my wife after all. And even after next weekend, if there's ever a time when you're overwhelmed and want to rest, you let me know, okay?
Thanks, Jonah. I might just take you up on that.
Good afternoon, Jonah.
Hey there, Mom. It's nice to hear from you. How have you been?
I've been doing just fine, dear. Thank you for asking. Now, if you don't mind, I had a request to make of you. Did you kids have any plans to go anywhere next weekend?
Ah, are you asking about the cleanup thing you guys are doing?
The cleanup thing. What are you referring to?
Natalie told me all about it. She said a relative of yours had passed away recently, and you and your siblings were going to go and clean up their house next weekend.
I'm sorry, dear, but I'm afraid I have no idea what you're talking about.
Wait, really? That's weird. Natalie told me she was planning on heading over to your place next weekend to help you out with that.
Next weekend?
That's right.
Odd indeed. When I talked to my daughter about her plans for next weekend, she had told me that she hadn't made any plans yet.
Really?
Yes, Jonah. That's why I was planning on going to visit you myself, if you would allow me to intrude. I was hoping to make it a surprise for Natalie and Amy. I'd love to see the look on Amy's face when she walks in the door, and her grandmother was standing there to meet her.
Oh man, I'm sure Amy would have loved that.
But this is an interesting situation now, isn't it?
Yeah, you can say that again.
Tell me, Jonah, have you noticed anything out of the ordinary in Natalie's behavior recently?
Well, I have noticed that she seems kind of on edge around the house.
Is there anything else?
I'm trying to think. I guess the only other thing might be that she's taken a lot more shifts at her part-time job lately.
Jonah, dear, as much as I hate to say this about my own daughter, you might want to look into what she's been up to.
What do you mean?
I think you should consider hiring a private detective.
Hold on. So you're saying I should have her followed? Like, to see if she's having an affair? I can't believe that Natalie would ever do that to me.
I don't want to believe that my daughter would be a cheater either. And that's why I think it would be best to look into her. It's the only way to be sure one way or the other.
I don't suppose asking her directly is an option.
Jonah, my boy, you've been married this long and you still don't understand women? There's not a chance she would admit to it.
It's just, I can't imagine Natalie cheating on me. I don't even want to consider that possibility.
I know, but look at the facts. We know for sure that Natalie is lying about her plans for next weekend. She's not coming to my house. Where do you suppose she's going?
Right.
And if you look into her and find she's not being unfaithful, then that would reassure you, wouldn't it?
I guess so.
I'll tell you what. You can leave it to me. I'll make all the necessary arrangements. You can just continue to act normally around her for now.
Alright, but before you do that, can I check with Natalie one more time about her plans for next weekend?
Of course, go right ahead. I know you might be in for some hard times ahead, but you'll have to be strong. For your sake and Amy's. Understand?
Hey, Natalie. I want to ask you about next weekend. You're still planning on staying at your mom's house, right?
Yep. We're still planning that big cleanup.
And you're going to take a few extra days to relax if I recall correctly. So you'll be at your mom's house for 5 days, is that right?
Yeah, that's what we talked about. Is something wrong?
Nah, nothing's wrong. I was just trying to remember how long you'd be gone.
Is 5 days too much? Should I cut it down to 3 or 4?
I was just thinking, if the cleanup thing went quicker than you expected, why not go on a little trip? You've been working so hard lately. You really deserve a break.
What, you mean by myself?
You don't have to go alone. You can go with a friend or something. Whatever you want to do is fine with me. It's been a while since you've seen your friends, hasn't it? Wouldn't you like to have some time with your friends?
What's brought this on all of a sudden?
I felt like maybe you've been taking on too much between Amy, the housework, and your part-time job.
I'm fine, really. Just the 5 days with my mom will be more than enough of a break for me, honest.
Really? Okay, that's what you say. But remember, whenever you want to take a trip or take a day off or anything, you can feel free to let me know and we'll work it out somehow.
Jonah, you're already doing more than enough around the house. You don't need to worry about me so much. In fact, I should be the one telling you to take some time off.
Thanks, babe. And, Natalie?
Yeah?
I love you.
How are things over there, Jonah?
Same old, same old. Nothing to report. How about you? You're coming back the day after tomorrow, right? Is the cleanup finished, or...?
Yeah, about that.
Uh-oh. That doesn't sound very good.
I'm sorry, Jonah, but I'm gonna have to stay over here for a while longer. The cleanup is all finished. That's not an issue anymore. It's my mom. Right when we were finishing up, she had a nasty fall and hurt her leg pretty bad. I'd like to be with her while she recovers to help take care of her.
Oh no. Is your mom okay?
She cut herself on an old piece of metal, and it looks like she might have an infection. She's had a bit of a fever ever since. I just want to stay here for the next few days to see how she does. Probably 3 days max.
Wow. I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm really sorry, Jonah. Are you alright looking after Amy for a few more days? I'll be sure I'll be home sometime later this week when my mom gets better.
I don't know. She seems pretty fine to me right now. Though she might want to be careful. If she starts laughing any harder, she might give herself a heart attack.
What?
You really are something else, Natalie. I was an idiot for ever believing you.
Jonah, what are you talking about? My mom's laughing.
Hello, Natalie. You were saying I hurt my leg? That's odd. It doesn't hurt at all right now.
Mom? Is that you?
It is indeed. I've been staying here this entire weekend.
No. This is some kind of prank, right?
If this were a prank, it's an awfully dull one, wouldn't you say?
But you said you were going to be home all weekend. I know that's you, Jonah. You're just pretending to be my mom.
I was hoping to surprise you and Amy, so Jonah was the only person who I told I was coming.
So, Jonah knew all along? He knew that I wasn't at your house?
He's known for some time now. You've done such an awful, stupid thing, Natalie. Jonah had faith in you up to the very end, you know. He thought for sure there must be some other explanation, like that you were secretly going on a trip with your friends.
But that is what I'm doing. I decided to go to a beach house with my friends for a few days.
Silence. We know exactly what you're doing, Natalie. I hired a private detective to track your movements.
You didn't.
I did. It's not like you'd spill the beans if I asked you directly. I knew I would need hard evidence in the event my suspicions proved correct. So there's no point in hiding anything anymore. We know where you are, we know who you're with, and we know what you're doing.
I'm sorry.
Poor Jonah isn't in any condition to have a conversation with you right now. We'll contact you again tomorrow. Until then, I suggest you do some soul searching. Think long and hard about what you've done.
Jonah, please, I'm begging you. Can't we talk about this? One more time.
We have nothing more to talk about. We already decided on divorce yesterday. My parents and your mom are all on the same page about this.
But what about what I want? I don't want to get divorced.
Well then, that's just too bad now, isn't it? The fact that you were with your boyfriend last weekend wasn't the only thing the private detective told us about. You were lying about all those extra shifts at your part-time job too. You left Amy with my mom so you could go and see your boyfriend. But that's not even the worst thing. No, what takes the cake by far is that there were even times when you left Amy all by herself to go see your boyfriend.
You don't have any proof of that. You only assumed that when Amy told you that I was leaving her all alone. She's only 5. You can't read that much into things she says.
I went and had a talk with your boyfriend today.
You did? What did he say?
He said that the two of you were working together to destroy evidence. Things like deleting texts from your phone to keeping anyone else from reading them.
That isn't true. He might have done that on his own, but I never told him to do that.
Is that so? Then would you mind explaining to me why your entire text history of him was deleted from your phone? Doesn't matter though. We had him restore the texts.
You can do that?
We saw that there were multiple occasions on days when Amy didn't have school, or you couldn't leave her with my mom that you left her home alone to see him. They're all time-stamped, so we know exactly when you guys met up.
This cannot be happening. You must have threatened him into doing that. There's no other way.
Did you really expect loyalty from a man who was willing to have an affair with you? It didn't take much convincing to get him to cooperate with us.
So he really showed you our text?
Yep, so we know all about your relationship. Seems like the first time you met up on a dating app to have a little fling. But you gradually started getting serious.
That's not true. I was just having fun, playing a game. You know, like acting in a movie.
Okay, you've lost me there. You're gonna have to explain that one to me.
I never wanted to leave you or Amy. One of my friends showed me the dating app she used, and I got curious.
And then you went from curious to serious?
I never got serious. I'm trying to tell you. I just wanted to have a break from reality. I needed a little excitement in my life. You and Amy were always the most important to me.
You left Amy, a 5-year-old girl, home alone so you could get a little excitement? You disgust me, Natalie.
It was only a few hours, though. I thought she'd be fine. I mean, she's already 5 years old.
No! She is only 5 years old, you psychopath! She's nowhere near old enough to be completely unsupervised for that long. She's big enough to open the door. What if she went outside? There's also 1,000,001 ways she could have hurt herself right at home.
I know, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. I'll never leave Amy alone again. I'll never betray you again.
Either of those things alone are enough for me to consider divorcing you. If you had only cheated on me, then it would have been harder to decide to divorce you. I could have overlooked it, pretended it never happened. But the fact that you left Amy alone in order to betray me? No, there's no coming back after that.
Please, forgive me, Jonah. I'm begging you. Amy is still just a little girl. She'll forget about being left alone soon enough. So that means the only issue is us making amends. We can work it out, can't we?
You think child neglect is okay because she's young enough to not remember it in the future? Good God, Natalie. I'm grateful for everything you've done for Amy and me until now. There's no possible way that I will ever be able to live with you again after this.
No, I don't want to divorce you. If we break up, you're gonna get sole custody of Amy for sure. She's my daughter, though. I can't let you take her away from me. She needs her mother.
She needed you on all those days when you abandoned her in the house by herself. Where were you then? In the arms of another man. And when Amy's loneliness and sadness over being left alone boiled over and caused her to act up, what did you do? You took it all out on her. As if she was the problem. Do you realize how sickening that is? You were yelling at your daughter for the neglect she suffered at your hands.
I am so sorry, Jonah. I'm begging you. Please, give me one more chance. I swear to you I will change. I'll be a brand new woman. I know you probably won't believe me when I tell you this, but I was planning on ending my relationship with him after our time together last weekend. It was gonna be like one last hurrah.
You're right about one thing. I don't believe you when you say that. I'll never be able to trust you again for the rest of my life. And if you can't understand that you are the reason for that, there's no hope for you as a person. You betrayed my trust, abandoned your daughter, and caused immense pain to all the people who loved you the most. You are the one who is responsible for this divorce, and no one else. Thanks to the diligent work of my mother-in-law, Natalie quickly consented to the divorce on my terms. Obviously, I was awarded sole custody of Amy. Natalie maintained until the very end that she was never serious about her boyfriend. She certainly did show moments of extreme disregard for Amy's safety in order to go and have her excitement. But I do believe her when she says that she never wanted to divorce me and leave Amy behind forever. She's now on the hook for monthly child support payments to me. In order to make those payments to support herself, she's currently working as a live-in custodial staff at a hotel on the other side of the state. Part of the reason she left town is, no doubt, the mere fact that she got absolutely nothing in the divorce, leaving her unable to afford a place of her own over here. But I'm sure that a much bigger reason is just the simple fact that too many people around here know about her now. Several of our mutual friends asked me about the divorce, and I wasn't going to lie to them. I was upfront in saying that we divorced because of her infidelity. Word got around fast, so now practically everyone she has ever known in the city knows about everything she did. As for me, now that I have been thrust unceremoniously into the role of a single father raising a daughter, I moved back in with my parents. My parents are being incredibly gracious and doing everything they can to support me through this difficult time. Natalie's mother is also a total saint. She regularly sends Amy gifts and comes by to see her. Despite her daughter's foolish actions, Amy is still her granddaughter after all. But even with all their support, trying to balance work and taking care of a child is absolutely exhausting work. I won't let that stop me, however. For Mom out of the picture, now it's up to me to give my daughter 2 parents' worth of love and affection. As God is my witness, I will never allow Amy to feel the kind of loneliness and helplessness she must have been going through on the days Natalie left her alone.
Nina, tomorrow my family is going to be coming over to the house.
What? They're coming tomorrow?
That's right, and my lovely aunt will be coming out to the house as well, so make sure you clean every nook and cranny of the house.
What time do you think they'll be getting here?
I believe 11:30 or so.
Are they going to be stopping by for lunch and then heading home?
Well, of course they will.
What am I going to do? What do you think I should have made up for all of them?
Don't ask me something like that. You should be able to think up something like that by yourself. Just make sure that whatever it is you cook, it isn't something crazy or weird.
But I'm not sure what they all like to eat or even can eat. How about this? How about I make hamburgers for lunch?
Hey, don't you start getting lazy with the lunches now, too. I want you to put some effort into whatever you cook and make it fancy. If they all begin to think that I got a wife who doesn't even know how to properly cook, then I'll be the one who's embarrassed.
But the supermarkets aren't really open in this area anymore. And as for what we have in the fridge currently, none of it can really be used to make something to your liking for tomorrow.
Then you can go out tomorrow morning and then get home as quick as possible to start cooking.
But most of the supermarkets around here don't open until around 9. Going out to pick up everything I would need and then coming right back home to start cooking would mean I'd only get close to an hour and a half to cook.
Then you need to figure out some way to make all of that work so that you have lunch ready by 11:30. And don't forget about cleaning up the house for us. My aunt is a clean freak and will not shut up about the house if it's not spotless when she gets here. And don't forget about cleaning the front yard and backyard up. She's the kind of person where if she sees even a single weed growing, she'll go wild.
You need me to clean up the yard as well before then? Today and tomorrow is only rain, so having to go out and do all of that for you by then will be tough for me. And if I already have to go out shopping tomorrow morning, then I don't think I'll have enough time to get that taken care of as well.
Then you'd better get to it right now. Rain has nothing to do with you getting your job done, so make sure you get it done and that you get it done right.
Luke, it's already past 9 now and I can't see out there. Do you expect me to carry a flashlight around all night trying to pick weeds one-handed? Had you just told me about this a little bit sooner, then I could have actually done some work out there. I'm sorry, but at this point of the night, I just can't.
There was no other option for me since I only just got this message from my aunt a little bit ago. They weren't able to come around during the holidays last year, so they're wanting to come now. They'll all be coming out here, leaving behind whatever else they were doing to say hi to us, which is why I want everything to be perfect for when they all get here.
I understand what you're wanting, but with all these things I have to get done starting right now, it's too much. I still have to get your dinner cleaned up and do the laundry for you. If I have to also clean out the entire house and go out and weed, then it's going to be the break of dawn by the time I'm finished with all of that.
As long as you get everything done before the family arrives, that's all that matters. Forget about sleep and get things ready.
So you're asking me to stay up all night now?
Well, if you go to sleep, you won't be able to do everything in time, right? So you'd better get to work right now if you want to have any downtime at all. And if tomorrow there's even a single speck of dust on the ground, a single weed out in the garden beds, or something off about the food you cook up, you can forget about having any lunch.
Aren't you taking things way too far by saying that?
Are you gonna go against what I've asked? For someone who can't even survive without me around, don't you even dare! You haven't forgotten yet, have you? I'm the one that made you, a woman who left her job a year ago now because she can't work, my wife!
You're the one not remembering that correctly, though. I had to leave that job because I was being bullied by my boss at the time.
Well, getting along with your boss so that you don't get bullied is part of being a responsible adult. But for someone like you who can't even communicate with others properly, it makes sense why you can't even work out there. You even said it yourself that you were so relieved to be made my wife, right? You felt better no longer having to work for a company, correct?
The last place I had to work made me depressed. So, of course, getting out of there made me feel relieved and everything.
Jumping to the end here, you're not meant to work in the real world like other women can. In other words, the only way you can survive is by having me as your husband, right? Which means you understand a little better now what you're supposed to be doing, right? If you don't want to be kicked out of this house and my family, then you need to make sure to get your job done the correct way here. Hey, Nina, there's a silver flash drive on my desk upstairs, right? I was gonna put it in my bag this morning, but forgot about it because I was in such a rush. I want you to go and grab it and bring it to my office right now.
What? You need it right now?
I do. It's gonna be very important for my tasks later this afternoon.
I'm sorry. Getting that out to you right now isn't going to happen.
Why can't you do as I've said?
Because I'm in the hospital right now, Luke.
Huh? Why are you in a place like that?
Remember how last night that really hot oil from the pan I was cooking in got all over me? Well, it burned me worse than I thought, and this morning I woke up with some serious blistering on me. So the only choice I had was to come here and have the burns looked at.
Oh, you're talking about that? You really are such a clumsy idiot, aren't you?
The reason that happened was because you threw that plastic bottle at me, though. The reason I ended up burnt is because you did something so stupid while I was cooking with oil.
Well, it's your fault for not catching it properly, right? So don't you dare start blaming me for that.
Recently, Luke, I've noticed that you've been chucking a lot of random things at me. Something like that is really dangerous, so I'd like you to cut it out. This wasn't even the first time I got hurt because of it either.
You're only getting hurt because your reflexes are so poor, right? And what makes you think you can even go to the hospital when all you are is a housewife? You're wasting away our medical insurance, aren't you?
So, you're going to tell me that I can't go to the hospital at all now because I'm a housewife?
Well, it's not like you're the one making any money, right? Don't you find that you're living a little bit too luxurious going to the hospital over a small little burn from some cooking oil?
So, I'm not even allowed to bring myself into the hospital to get help anymore? What the heck do you see me as, Luke? Am I some kind of slave to you now?
Nothing I've been doing to you should lead you to thinking that you're a slave. Now you're just making me look like the bad person here.
But look, you're telling me that I'm not allowed to go to the hospital after I've been seriously hurt. It's like you're not letting me have a basic human right.
I guess all of this talk doesn't seem to be working for you, huh? I'm just telling you that you can't be going to the hospital over a small injury like that burn you got. Now stop trying to change the conversation, making yourself look like the victim here. This is the reason why I hate having to talk to and deal with idiots.
I'm here because this isn't some small little burn like you continue to say it is.
You said that just a blister had formed on it, right? All you had to do was run a needle through it and let out the fluid and then get back to your daily life, letting it heal on its own.
Well, everywhere I looked online said that you're not supposed to break open the blister.
Stop taking everything the internet has to say on it as the truth. You really are the most stupid idiot I know. I'd like it if you used that head of yours to think on your own for once. That's the reason why you're so useless and couldn't do your job before.
Me not having a job has nothing to do with this, Luke.
No, it really does have something to do with this. Anyhow, you don't need to be at that hospital anymore, so you leave that waiting room right now and go get my flash drive to bring to my office. There are things on that flash drive that I'll need for my meetings this afternoon. Hey, are you even reading these texts anymore? Reply to me right now, acknowledging that you've read all of this.
I am reading everything. I will have the flash drive to you by 4 p.m., so just hang tight and wait for me. I am next in line to be called back to be seen by the doctor.
You're really dragging this all out now. I guess I have no choice. Do you understand what I'm saying? I want that flash drive in my office by 3 p.m., all right? If you're late by even a minute, I'm not gonna go easy on you. Now you hurry the hell up, you useless bitch! Hey, I'm gonna be meeting with a customer tomorrow, so make sure to shine my shoes by then. And take my suit to the dry cleaners and have it ready for me by the end of today. That means you take it there right now so that you don't forget. Recently, you have been of no use to me, seriously.
I already handed in your suit to the dry cleaners, along with those divorce papers to the courthouse.
Huh? Divorce papers?
Luke, that jacket you threw at me earlier today had filled out divorce papers shoved into its left pocket, right? I took a look through all of it and you even had it all signed. I made sure the lady at the front desk could have and process them.
What? You have it all wrong. You go back there right now and get those papers back from her.
She already took and processed them, so it's too late now. Thank you so much for filling out everything properly, so that she didn't have anything to hand back to me. And now you and I are just strangers to one another.
What kind of selfish crap have you done? Are you screwing around right now?
What? I found the letter that you had written to me as well in your suit jacket's pocket. What was written inside of it shocked me at first, saying that you could no longer handle living with me and wanted me gone with a divorce. But then I remembered what you said about having to do as you say, and so I didn't go against you and made sure to hand the divorce papers in. You always wanted me to listen to you, right?
I did, but this time it was different. I never wanted to actually hand you those divorce papers and that letter yet.
So you had no intentions of handing them to me, but you got them all ready just in case? I don't see what you think is so wrong with me handing them in for you today. At this point, it's too late to think about that now, because I already handed them in, and we are a divorced couple. I've already gotten most of my things together now, and will be leaving your house for good.
Huh? Where the hell do you think you'll be going after?
What does that matter to you?
It matters a lot to me. I'm not going to allow you to leave my house.
Who do you even think you are, bossing me around like that still? To me, you are nothing more than a stranger now. That doesn't have any rights regarding me anymore.
Even now, I'm still your husband. And for starters, how do you even plan to survive without me around you anymore? As someone who's always had to rely on me for everything.
I was not relying on you for everything, so I'll be perfectly fine on my own. I don't need you keeping me in your house anymore, so just leave me alone. I will find my own job again, and I will be able to make my own income again like things were before I married you.
Are you kidding me? There's not a job in this world someone as useless as you could do. Someone who's nothing more to this world than a mindless cockroach.
I'm not just some mindless pest. Actually, I had already talked with some family, and they were able to set me up with a job and everything. One of their friends happens to be a farmer, and they are currently in need of hands. I'll be able to stay out on their farm for a while, and they will give me food and everything as well while I work. So, my plan is to go there and try my best to see where I can get.
Stop saying such stupid things. You really think you'll be able to do something like farming? Especially when you don't even have any meat on those bones of yours.
Stop judging my ability to work on a farm only based off my physique. You may not see it, but I can do a whole lot more than even you probably can. You're just wanting me to think that I can't do anything on my own in order to keep me by your side, right? That way you won't ever have to do anything for yourself, and you can have me slaving away at home for the rest of your life.
You can't really be serious right now, right? Are you sure you didn't bang your head on anything this morning?
Sure, when I saw those divorce papers and the letter in your jacket's pocket earlier, it was like getting punched in the head after the amount of shock that I had felt. But that only lasted an instant, because after that, my eyes were completely opened. I finally saw that this was my one and only chance. God gave me the chance that I had been needing to finally run away from this horrible life I'd been living with you.
You don't have to go out into the world and live on your own again, so you come back to me and stay by my side where you've always been.
Who the hell do you think would want to go back to the life of being your slave? Sure, for a second there, I was leaning back and forth on whether to really divorce you or not, since it has been your income keeping me alive. But when I thought about all of the time I'd wasted being with someone who doesn't even care about my health and safety, I knew what the right choice was. It was not being beside you.
Have you already gone and left the house yet? If you have, you get your ass back here right now! I was able to get some marriage paperwork together for us to bring into the courthouse. I've already signed everything, and as long as you place your signatures on here, then we can go back to the way things were.
I'm not going back to the way things were, though.
But we can! As long as you come and sign these papers, we can! So you come back here right now!
I'm not going back to sign those papers, and I am not going back to you. I no longer want to go back to that life I had with you before. I'd rather have the life I'm going to have now, even if it isn't as secure as the one I had under you. I want to become free again, and have the life that I had before I ever met you.
Why do you keep going on about such nonsense right now?
If you really want to take me back as your wife and make me into the slave you were using me as before, then you'd better explain some things to me first, right? What the hell was your reason for having that filled out paperwork and a letter written to me wanting a divorce? If you never wanted for the two of us to end up divorced, then why would you go through the effort of making up those two things?
I didn't write those things because I wanted to, but because I had to.
Now you're making even less sense, Luke.
If I tell you what all happened there, are you gonna come back to me?
We'll just have to wait and see about that. But if you at least tell me what all of that was about, then I'll give going back to you some thought. So, Luke, who was it that forced you to write that letter to me and fill out all of those divorce papers?
How can I say this? My girlfriend.
Excuse me?
We were only really together to have some fun, so you can't really call her a girlfriend. It's just, I don't really know how to explain all of this, so I called her my girlfriend just then.
So, you're confessing to having had an affair while you were with me?
I suppose that's how things would seem.
I'm starting to get it now. And that's your reason for wanting to divorce me, right?
Not right at all. I was just with her in order to have a little bit of fun, but that woman got the wrong idea from it. She started to go on and on about when I would be leaving my wife. She told me that if I didn't leave you soon and left her behind, she'd go to my office and tell everyone there about it. So in order to get her to shut up for a while, I made up a fake divorce letter and filled out some paperwork. That's all.
I was always wondering why recently you'd been coming home from work later and later. But now I finally know what that was all about. I can agree with things a little better.
When it comes to things like having fun with other women, all men are doing it.
You can't seriously believe that every man is doing something like having an affair just for fun. You just happen to be a pile of trash is all. Well, it's not like any of that means anything to me anymore now. You and I have already gotten our divorce now, so how about you go ahead and get married to her now?
Huh? There's no way in hell I'd get married to someone like her. Who the hell would want to get married to such a young and stupid child like her?
What the hell was that you just said? Sure, she may have just been for fun, but you were the one that chose to have sex with her, right? Which means you have no right saying those kinds of things about her.
The only thing she knows how to do is please a man, and that's it. She has some really nice breasts, and her face looks pretty good in dim light, but her head is so bad that she can't even speak correctly from time to time. It was just her looks that got a man of my position to move her up a little bit in the company, as long as she pleased me in some ways. Had she not had that body, I would have fired her for trying to lead me on in a heartbeat.
So it's someone who works in the same company as you? Well, she's not the only one you've been making fun of. You seem to have enjoyed doing the same things to me, right? To you, her and I aren't that much different from one another, are we? If anything, to a man with the ideas of you would be much happier with someone like her who has a job than some idiot housewife like myself, right?
What are you talking about right now? Sure, you can't work a job or anything, but your family has a lot of money and you went to a really good university, right? Her family is all poor, and she never went to college or anything after high school. She's the kind of woman I could never show to my parents. And when it comes to women, they don't have to work in the first place. The job of a woman is to take care of the home and nothing else.
Then tell me, why the hell have you been picking on me all the time for never working or anything?
I just assumed that if I used that as a way of speaking down to you, you'd listen to me a lot more.
You think I want to listen to someone who repeatedly tells me that? All you were doing was breaking my heart over and over and over again. If you do end up getting married again to someone else, you'd better be careful about that. Don't hurt any other women like you'd gone and hurt me.
Wait! You really just had the wrong idea about all of that. Let's get back together now.
No, thank you. Not only did you treat me like crap when I was your wife, but the thought of how you were having an affair as well makes me want to vomit now. I have had enough of your kind for one life.
Nina, listen to this. I just had a talk with that woman I was with behind your back, and we've broken up now. She said a lot of crap about me, but I just ignored it all and threw her away. So could you please come back to my side now?
What makes you think I need to go back to being with you just because you broke up with that woman?
I'm no longer involved with her anymore and will never be seeing her again. And I promise that from here on out, I will never have another affair ever again. So could you please come back to my house now?
Not sure how many more times I'll have to say this to you, but I'm not going back to you. I'm going to change my life for the better.
But I've had a change of heart and everything, Nina. I want to apologize to you for all of those horrible things I'd said about you before. I am so sorry.
The fact that it took you this long to say sorry to me for some of those things means you'll definitely do it all again to me. I get what kind of man you are, because I've been watching you for years and years now.
I understand that what I did really made you lose all your faith in me, but can you please find some way to give me one more chance? I promise that I won't take advantage of you ever again.
You were taking advantage of me?
I just assumed that no matter how mean I was to you, you'd never stop loving me and would never leave. I'm sure that at one point you never wanted to leave me either, right? Well, I was wrong about all of that as you were slipping away from me right in front of my own eyes. I am so sorry for never noticing anything sooner.
Disgusting.
What?
No matter how many times you apologize to me, I will not forgive you for what you've done, and I will not marry you ever again. And now, after all the hell you had put me through during our marriage and for having cheated on me with that other woman, I'm going to get a settlement from you.
A settlement? You're joking about that, right?
From now on, I'm going to have to fend for myself, so I would like for there to be a little bit of money coming to me. With both the verbal and physical harassment, as well as you having that affair, I have two very good reasons for getting a large settlement out of you.
What are you talking about? So all of this was just for the money?
Excuse me?
So that's the way you're gonna wring me of my money and then throw me away? Even though I did so much for you over the years. Sure, I did some pretty bad things to you as well, but I was still taking care of you in my house, right?
Huh? Cut that crap out right now, acting like you're the victim of anything. Who the hell do you think you are saying all that crap after having caused me bodily harm? Everything you are doing to me is considered domestic violence. Now that you're aware of that, you're going to pay me as much as I ask, and then we can stop talking. I do not have it in me anymore to go on and on and on with you about how sorry you feel and want me to remarry you again.
What happened to you? All of those cold things you're saying to me now, that's not like you, Nina.
What the hell are you actually going on about? The only Nina you know is the one you forced to be your slave, and that's all right? Well, the Nina you're talking to right now is the real Nina. And right now, I want to cut ties to you as soon as freaking possible.
You were once a really kind woman, though, right? You had such an open heart, and you would forgive me for anything I'd done.
I had to forgive you because you scared the hell out of me. That was never the real me then. Because of you and your harassment, my life was turned upside down. And that's why now, I'm wanting to throw it all away and start fresh.
So you're gonna throw me away as well, even though I was doing it all for you.
If you're going to say that taking away my freedom and hurting me whenever I stepped out of line was for my sake, then you're mistaken. And that is why you're being abandoned now. The reason things have had to come to this, where I'm having to punish you now, is because of your actions. For having been together for so long now, and yet you still never noticed the hell I had to go through because of you. Tell me, who the hell is the real idiot out of the two of us? After that, I got plenty of messages from Luke saying that he really wanted to see me again and that he really wanted me to get back in touch with him, but I never once replied to him. I had my lawyer give him a call one day after all the texts from him became too much for me, and the lawyer told Luke that he'd have to talk to him now. I couldn't take any more of that idiot's crying and sobbing, and that's why I made things all the more tough on him. Talks with Luke about everything were anything but smooth for myself, and in the end we had to take the whole situation to court. But in the end, I was able to get close to $100,000 from him in the settlement, and the divorce was officially finalized, and we were no longer husband and wife. Seems that Luke wasn't able to accept any of what had happened there, and he ran all the way back to his parents crying for their help. But both of his parents happened to be well put together people and told him to shut up and let the divorce happen because there was nothing else he could do. Then, in an act of revenge for having thrown her away, Luke's girlfriend, or now ex-girlfriend, went to the company and told everyone the news about how he had had an affair with her. This led to Luke being placed under investigation by the company, where they had learned all of the secret raises and promotions he'd give his ex for doing nasty favors for him after work. Things are leading towards Luke being transferred out of the state and into a new office, and losing his job as a manager, as well as having his salary halved, which leaves me feeling so much better inside. On the other hand, when things come to myself, I have been starting my new life fresh, and have had more time to really enjoy myself. I feel so much better about the person I am and can actually love me again. I am so fortunate to have been given the chance to run away from such a pile of crap man as Luke and will be forever grateful for it.
Good evening. I just want to check and make sure. You're Connie, aren't you? Tucker's wife?
What? Yes, that's correct, but who are you and what do you have to do with my husband?
My name's Mariana. I'm a friend of Tucker's.
Mariana, is it? I'm sorry, I don't recall even meeting a friend of Tucker's named Mariana.
Oh, really? That's strange. I went to your wedding and everything. We even spoke for a little while. But I guess there were a lot of other people there, so it's not a huge surprise that you don't remember, I guess.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm terribly sorry that I didn't remember you, Mariana.
No, that's all right. You don't need to apologize to me.
So can I ask what this is about then?
Well, the thing is, Tucker, me, and a bunch of our other friends from school went out to drinks tonight. And Tucker drank a lot, like a real lot. So he's passed out on the floor right now, and I don't think he's gonna wake up for a while.
Oh, for goodness sake. I'm so sorry about this. Usually Tucker is a much more responsible drinker. I'll come by to pick him up. Are you at the bar or someone's house?
No, you don't need to worry about picking him up. We're at a bar, but Tucker's gonna spend the night at a different friend's house. I just thought that it would be best to contact you and let you know, since you might get concerned about him if he didn't come home tonight.
Ah, okay, now I see. Well, thank you very much for letting me know, Mariana. I appreciate that. If you don't mind me asking, whose home will he be staying at?
Oh, don't worry about that either. He's going to a male friend's house, not mine.
Oh, okay then. Thanks for telling me.
You don't really seem to be too concerned about him.
Oh, don't I? Well, I suppose I trust Tucker enough to let him go out with his friends every now and then.
So you're really not that worried, huh? Man, if I were in your shoes, I'd be pacing the floor right now. Like, even if he were actually staying with a male friend.
Wait a second.
Oh, what? Oopsie doopsie. Looks like I've had a little bit too much to drink. You can go ahead and disregard that last text. I have no idea what I was talking about.
I think I'm entitled to an answer. What did you mean when you said even if he were actually staying with a male friend? That makes it sound like you weren't telling me the truth earlier when you told me he was staying with one of his male friends.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Hey, I'm Connie. If I tell you this, can you promise not to tell Tucker that you heard about it from me?
I suppose that depends on what it is you're about to tell me, but all right, go ahead, Mariana.
Well, the thing is, it does seem like Tucker is seeing somebody, and they're pretty serious.
Seeing somebody? Pretty serious? Are you telling me Tucker is having an affair?
I don't think I should say any more. That's all I know, honestly. That's all that Tucker told me anyway. He said that he's seeing someone and they're pretty serious.
I see.
I'm really sorry you had to find out like this, Connie. It must come as a massive shock to you. But for what it's worth, Tucker has a lot on his mind right now.
What do you mean?
Well, I know this is kind of a personal issue, but you're dealing with infertility right now, aren't you, Connie? Like, you're seeing a doctor for it and everything?
I don't believe this. Did you hear that from Tucker too?
Yeah, sorry.
How could he go around telling other people our personal business?
Speaking as that particular other person, I can assure you that he's not just going and telling everybody about it. He and I have known each other since high school. He trusts me. There's no way he would tell me otherwise. So yeah, you know how much Tucker likes kids and has always wanted to be a father. It was a really, really big shock for him when he found out. So I hope you won't give him too much of a hard time about cheating, okay?
How I deal with my husband is for me to decide, not you. I'll keep my promise not to tell him that you told me, but I am not making any other promises.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. I shouldn't have tried to force my way into your business, but I'm really sorry about that. Forget I ever said it, okay? I guess it's enough conversation for one night. I'll let you go. I'm sure you have a lot to think about. Good morning, Connie.
Mariana, good morning. Well, to what do I owe the pleasure of hearing from you today?
Actually, I had a question for you. What's it like living with a man who has no feelings at all for you anymore?
Excuse me?
You still haven't confronted Tucker about his affair, have you?
And what business is that of yours? I was under the impression from our last conversation that you didn't have anything to do with Tucker's affair.
You have got to be kidding me. You really didn't realize that I'm the woman Tucker was having an affair with?
I had my suspicions. You were acting awfully evasive during that conversation, even for someone who's had a bit too much to drink. You knew far too much about our personal affairs for someone whose only connection to Tucker was going through the same high school.
So, you did catch on. Wow. So you knew that Tucker was more serious about another woman than you, but you still didn't confront him about it? Man, you must be desperate to save your relationship with him.
You're free to interpret my actions however you'd like.
Ooh, looks like I hit a nerve. But it's all right, Connie. You don't have to put up with this loveless marriage any longer. As a matter of fact, you're free to leave that lovely little house of yours whenever you'd like. So start packing up your stuff as soon as possible, okay?
What are you trying to say?
I've got great news. I'm pregnant with Tucker's baby. So he no longer needs a useless woman like you around. From now on, I'm the one who's going to be by Tucker's side every night. So like I said, pack your crap up and get out. I won't let you get in the way of our love any longer.
Wait, you mean I can leave?
Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Of course you can. Tucker's going to divorce you and get remarried to me. He's told me all about how desperate he is to get rid of you.
Wow. Tucker really says he wants to get a divorce?
That's right. He doesn't have any feelings for you at all anymore. Not just that, he says he regrets ever marrying you in the first place. Would you like to know what he calls you when you're not around? Connie the Con. Get it? Because you pretended you could give him children when your womb was actually a barren wasteland. Sorry, Connie, but Tucker decided that he would prefer a youthful, beautiful woman like me over you.
I see. So it's really you that Tucker's been having an affair with, Mariana?
You still don't believe me?
Well, it's just that you seem to be completely insane. It could simply be that you're lying in an attempt to drive me and Tucker apart.
I'm not lying.
I don't know. It's still pretty hard to believe. Do you have any evidence that you're having an affair with him?
What, you want evidence? How about I send a bunch of pictures and videos we took together? Even some with more intimate videos. Is that what you want?
Yes, that sounds wonderful.
And you think I'm insane? You must have, like, a humiliation fetish or something. You really want to see your husband in the act with a woman who's prettier than you?
Yes, I'd love to see as many pictures and videos as you can send. By the way, if you don't mind me asking, does Tucker know that you're contacting me right now?
I figured after the last time we talked that you would go and confront him about it yourself, so no, I haven't told him. But I'm not lying. If you don't believe me, you can always just ask Tucker yourself.
Actually, if it's all the same to you, how about we keep our communications secret from Tucker for a while?
What? Why, though? Are you still hoping for a way to avoid a divorce? You're so desperate. Don't forget, Connie, Tucker's baby is growing bigger and stronger inside of me every single day. I want to get married as soon as possible.
Look at it from my point of view, Mariana. I just now learned that my own husband got another woman pregnant. I was suspecting him of having an affair, but for him to have a love child, I never saw that coming. Don't you think I deserve some time to calm myself down before I make any big decisions?
Fine. How much time are we talking about?
Just a week is fine. If you agree to not tell anything to Tucker, then in 1 week I'll be gone.
And what's in it for me?
It's either you give me a week or I will do everything in my power to make this divorce drag on as long as possible. You know how long it takes to sue someone for a divorce? There's court hearings, lawyer meetings, it's a real mess, and it'll take at least 6 months, probably closer to a year. If you want to marry Tucker before the baby is born, then you'll do what I say.
Wait, does it really take that long to get a divorce?
If I drag my feet, then yes.
Fine, have it your way. You've got 1 week, but no longer.
Thank you for your cooperation. You have my word, Mariana. In 1 week, I will divorce Tucker and move out of the house.
You better keep your word. And when you move out, leave your key in the mailbox so I can pick it up.
As you wish.
Seriously, though? You're kind of acting like a major loser right now. Like, you know that you and Tucker are going to get divorced. There's no way around that. But you're still threatening to drag out the divorce proceedings? Pathetic. I mean, it's all your fault this is happening for being a useless woman anyway. You've got 7 days, Connie. I want you gone no later than 6 o'clock p.m. on the dot. Hey, Connie, what gives? I just used your key to get into Tucker's house, but there's practically nothing in here. No furniture, no nothing. Basically, all that's left is Tucker's personal stuff.
Did you think I was going to leave my things behind? I'm the one who paid for most of our possessions. The sofa, TV, refrigerator, microwave, that was all stuff that I brought back when I was single. They're mine.
You didn't have to take it all with you. I was planning on spending a relaxing evening in my new house tonight. But with no towels and no hairdryer, no shampoo, how am I supposed to take a bath like this?
How about you go get your darling Tucker to buy some new things for you? Besides, I was the one who did all the interior design for the two of us up until now. You wouldn't want to live in a house designed by the woman you replaced, would you?
When you put it that way, yeah, I guess you're right. And you also do deserve some leniency given the situation. I mean, you just got kicked to the curb because you can't get pregnant. Your defective lady parts cost you your comfortable life in this awesome house. It must be so hard to be infertile.
I don't need any of your backhanded sympathy, Mariana.
But I'm serious. I really do feel bad for you. You can't even have one single baby, but I'm going to give Tucker all the babies he could ever want. We're going to single-handedly change the country's birth rate.
You think you can raise that many kids?
We want to have 3 kids at least. And Tucker has more than enough money to support a family of 5.
You think so?
Well, let's see. He lives in a super sweet house. He drives a super sweet car. He even has a super sweet watch. And he's always giving me luxury brand handbags, perfumes, and everything.
Those are all mine.
Huh?
Despite what you've done to me, you're pregnant, so I'll give you this one final warning. Tucker is lying to you, Mariana.
He's lying? About what? You're the one he was lying to.
I know Tucker has done his best to give you the impression that he's fabulously wealthy, but he doesn't actually have any money.
Connie? Really? Really now? I mean, come on. Are you ever going to just accept that you've lost? This is just pathetic. He loves me, not you, and there's nothing you can do to change that. I know you're terrified of losing your lifestyle, but you're going to have to do better than stupid lies like that. Seriously, aren't you embarrassed to be doing this after dragging things out as long as possible?
Despite whatever you may think of my motivations, the truth is that I simply wanted to wait until the most ideal moment to divorce him. I wonder what he's going to think when he comes home from work and finds me gone.
Probably something along the lines of, yes, that barren old hag is finally gone.
For your sake, I hope you're right. I wouldn't be so confident if I were you, though.
Honestly, this obnoxious personality of yours alone should have been enough for Tucker to divorce you. I'm surprised he didn't leave you the second he found out that you were obnoxious and infertile. How about you getting thrown aside as an opportunity to fix that awful personality of yours? Connie, I'm sorry.
Looks like you found out that I was right about everything, huh?
Yes, you were right about everything. Tucker said he never wanted to leave you at all.
Yep, I was right about that, too.
So you knew?
That's right. Tucker was only ever after my money from the very beginning. Right up until the day we got married. He was a great guy, hardworking, trustworthy, honest. Then after we got married, he started using me like his own personal ATM machine. That's when I realized that he never actually loved me at all. Oh, and there's one more thing that you should be aware of. I'm not infertile. Tucker was always so busy spending my money at bars and casinos that we never had any time to try and conceive.
But you've been married for 2 years already, and I just learned yesterday that you're the CEO of a real estate investment firm. You've got more than enough money. You could have divorced Tucker at any time you wanted. Why did you wait until now?
Because I actually liked him when we got married. I wanted him to go back to being the Tucker that I used to know, so I gave him a year to change his ways. But after a year passed, I learned about Tucker's escapades with women. When I confronted him about it, he immediately got down on his knees and begged me to forgive him. He told me that he could change and asked me to trust him just one more time, so I did. But now I see that I should never have trusted him to begin with.
He also told me yesterday that he didn't have as high of a salary as he told me at first. I mean, a man at his age making that little? If I had known that, I would have never tried to get with him.
I'm surprised you didn't know. Weren't the two of you close friends?
Oh yeah, about that. We weren't actually friends from high school. I met him for the first time that night at the bar.
Ah, I see. Well, that explains why you don't know a lot of things about him that a friend should.
Hey, so what would you say to getting back together with Tucker?
Yesterday you were telling me to divorce him.
Well, yeah, but
Let me guess. Tucker told you to talk me out of divorcing him, didn't he?
he told me that if the two of you got divorced, then he wouldn't accept our child as his.
And why would that be an issue? All you'd need to do is get a paternity test done. That would take care of everything.
I don't have that kind of money, and there's no way he's gonna pay for it. I'm already 6 months pregnant, so I can't just get rid of it. If I had known things were gonna turn out this way, I would have gotten rid of it right away.
Look, Mariana, I know things may seem bleak for you right now. You probably think there's no possible way you're going to be able to go on like this. I'll bet that even as we speak, you're spiraling deeper and deeper into a crippling depression. I can't imagine what sort of overwhelming panic you must be feeling about the future.
Is there a point to this, or are you just gonna keep going on and on about how screwed I am?
It's the second option. Life sucks, but you have no choice but to press on. Remember, your kid is an innocent party in all of this.
How is it innocent? This thing is Tucker's DNA in him, doesn't he? And I don't want to raise a kid that's gonna be like him.
What's worse is that your baby has both Tucker's genes and yours.
What am I gonna do? I thought that I was gonna start a new life living in a nice house with Tucker, but now I'm left penniless, homeless, and husbandless, and I'm pregnant. Why is this happening to me?
Do you really need to ask? Everything that's happening to you right now is the result of your own actions. Granted, Tucker also shares some of the blame for being a lying, cheating scumbag, but you were complicit in the affair. You knew that he was married when you slept with him and when you decided to keep your baby.
I only did this because Tucker said that he would take responsibility.
You're proving my point, you know. You refuse to accept any responsibility.
But how am I responsible? Tucker tricked me. He said he was going to marry me and take care of our baby, but that was all a lie. So please, Connie, I'm begging you. Please take Tucker back. Do it for me.
I'm not doing it for you, Tucker, or anyone else. I'm divorcing Tucker, and that's final. It'll be a lot easier thanks to all the photo and video evidence you provided me with. Plus, with you and the baby for Tucker to worry about, the timing is perfect all around. How do you expect me to pass up an opportunity this incredible to get rid of him?
Aren't you at all concerned about what's going to happen to the baby if Tucker won't take me back? I can't go to my parents for help. I'd have to tell them that the father was a married man. So my only option is to raise it alone, which I can't do.
This is what I don't get. Why do I have to stay married to a man who has cheated on me multiple times for the sake of his love child? It doesn't make a bit of sense. And by the way, I'm pretty sure your parents are also aware of your situation.
What?
Oh, wait a minute. Now that I think about it, the lawyer said he won't be serving you until today. So in any case, they'll know by probably around mid-afternoon.
What? You're serving me at my parents' house?
Yeah, that's the only address of yours that I knew. And besides, you quit your job when you got pregnant, so you don't have any money. So I figured you'd have to tell your parents I was suing you eventually, since you'd need them to pay the damages for you.
But Tucker said he was going to pay.
Tucker doesn't have any money, remember?
But he promised me. He promised me that he'd help me out with whatever I needed.
Yeah, and he promised you he was going to marry you too, but how did that turn out for you? In any case, you can take that up with him yourself. Tucker's been blowing up my phone with messages begging me not to leave him. I still have to meet with my lawyer about the divorce. And I have about 1 billion other things I need to do, so I don't have time to be messing around with you.
This is terrible. I can't take care of a baby. And once my parents find out, they're gonna disown me for sure. Please, Connie, you've got to help me. Tucker won't listen to me, but maybe he'll listen to you.
I am astonished at you, Mariana. You came to me bragging that you had stolen my husband away from me, and now you're crawling to me for help? Honestly, have you no shame at all? I have no interest in helping either you or Tucker with anything. Tucker is in your hands now. You'll have to find some way to slap some sense into him yourself.
So sorry for everything I did to you, Connie. I apologize. So how about this? Why don't you just pretend like you're going to stay with Tucker? Just long enough for him to sign the birth certificate?
I said no, and I meant it. This is your mess. You can clean it up like any good adult. Good luck with Tucker. If you can fix him, you're far more of a woman than I am. As I expected, Tucker dragged his feet through the entire divorce process, but after 6 months of talks between our lawyers, I was finally able to divorce him. Tucker was absolutely desperate to keep me because losing me meant losing the lifestyle he'd grown accustomed to. However, thanks to the mountains of evidence that Mariana was kind enough to provide me with, he was only successful in delaying the inevitable. The final piece of the puzzle was getting Tucker to admit that he was the father of Mariana's baby. I forced him to take a paternity test, and the result came back exactly as you'd expect. Don't get me wrong, though, I still haven't forgiven Mariana. She did show a good deal of bravery in going to her parents and admitting what had happened, so I thought I could at least cut her some slack. Also, I wanted to make sure that poor child wouldn't be abandoned at a fire station in the middle of the night. With paternity established, Tucker is now on the hook for child support. Now, with Tucker's already low salary, I'm sure that it will not be easy for him to support himself after those payments are garnished from his wages. I hope that as he struggles for the next 18 years, he'll think about the life he used to live and regret the horrible decisions he's made. As for me, with the divorce settled, I can now finally take some time to recover from the emotional wounds left by my marriage. There are times when I think about all the things I let Tucker get away with and feel an overwhelming sense of shame. But time heals all wounds, as they say. From now on, I plan to spend some time with my family and friends, the people who truly care about me. With their help, I'm sure I can go back to a brighter, happier version of myself in no time.
Oh my God, Jessie. I just heard the news from Mom. She just came to me all giddy like, I just met Jessie's fiancé. He's a super great guy. Blah, blah, blah. Are you actually getting married?
Yep, I sure am.
You are? What's his name? What kind of guy is he? Send me a picture.
His name is Harvey. I met him at work. And, about the picture, I'd rather hold off for now if that's all right with you. If I were in his position, I'd rather not have someone sending my picture around without my permission.
Aw, come on. What's the matter with sending me one stupid picture? Don't be stingy. I want to know what he looks like. And, I think I get it. You don't want to send me his picture because you don't want anyone to see how ugly he is. Am I right?
No, you couldn't be farther from the truth, Anna. He's a handsome guy. If I were being honest, I'd have to say he's even way out of my league, even.
Oh, yeah? Then there shouldn't be any problem with you sending me a picture of the guy. It's only natural for me to assume he's ugly if you don't want to show me his picture.
You'll just have to wait until the wedding for the big reveal then.
What? Are you telling me that you're not even going to let me meet him until the day of the wedding?
I'm sorry, Anna, but it was difficult enough for him to get enough time off work to come and meet our parents.
He's got weekends off, though, doesn't he? Bring him over on a Saturday or something.
He's really, really busy at work. They call him in on weekends all the time. So as much as I'd like to, I can't make any promises on bringing him down again just to meet you.
That's no fair. I want to meet your fiancé, too.
Sorry, Anna. It's just not going to happen.
All right, fine. Whatever. So when's the wedding going to be? How long am I going to have to wait to meet the guy?
Right now we're planning on a date about 6 months from now.
So, you haven't decided on a specific date yet?
Nope, not yet.
That means you haven't picked out a venue or anything either, right?
No, actually. We're looking at a few places, though, but we haven't decided on any specifics.
Then let me help you out.
Huh? You mean you want to help me plan our wedding?
I'm an eligible bachelorette myself, Jessie. I could meet Mr. Perfect and get married myself any day now. It would be nice for me to have some experience in all the steps of planning a wedding. You know what I mean? And who knows, I might get some really good ideas from you that I can use for my own big day.
I don't know, Anna. We have pretty different tastes. I doubt that there's going to be anything that you would like.
You don't know that for sure. And besides, you have a terrible fashion sense. Don't even get me started on cosmetics too. You don't know mascara from eyeliner. I mean, sure, you've been taking some pointers from me lately, so I guess you've improved a little. But if it weren't for the dedicated instruction you've been getting from your little sister, you would have gone down the aisle looking like a sack of potatoes.
I don't know.
I do know, though. You would be lost without me. I mean, it's bad enough that you aren't cute at all. If you pick some weirdo dress that accentuates your bad features, you're going to be humiliated. You don't want to look bad on the most important day of your life, do you?
The thing is, Harvey and I were planning on going dress shopping together, though.
I may not have ever met this Harvey guy, but one thing I do know for sure is that you should never take a man's advice on women's fashion. It's a recipe for disaster. They're totally clueless. Trust me, Jessie, a blind beggar has more fashion sense than the two of you put together. Anything you two come up with is going to be hideous.
I think we'll be fine, Anna. Thanks for your concern, though.
Yeah, I am super duper concerned. This is you we're talking about. I'm your little sister. I know you better than anyone else in the world. I don't want to see you ruin your own wedding with terrible fashion decisions, Jessie.
Look, Anna, again, I appreciate your concern, but we're going to be fine. This is our wedding, and we want to plan it the way we want it to be, just the two of us. So trust me when I say that you don't need to worry about us. I'll tell you what, how about this? If there's ever a point where I feel I need your expert opinion, I'll let you know, okay?
I don't know, Jessie. If that's what you say, all right. But don't forget that there's no one out there who understands your bad taste as much as I do, okay? If there's ever anything, no matter how small, that you need help with, let me know right away, got it? Hey, Jessie, are you not home yet? I'm waiting out in front of your apartment building. I got some fresh coffee and donuts. Hurry up and let me in before they get cold and stale.
I'm sorry, Anna, but I'm not going to be home until really late tonight.
What? But why? You're not going out with Harvey today, are you?
No, I'm visiting a friend of mine in a neighboring city.
Oh, that sucks. What am I going to do with all these donuts now? I guess I'll just have to throw them away.
Why would you throw them away? Can't you just eat them?
Are you kidding? I can't eat these. Unlike you, I have a slender, feminine physique to keep up with. I only bought these for you. I was never going to touch them. Man, I spent $30 on all that stuff, and now it's all going to waste.
$30? How many donuts did you buy?
A dozen. I mean, you would be able to gobble 12 little donuts up by yourself in no time, right? I know. Tell me what your mailbox number is. I'll leave them there, and you can have them for breakfast or something.
Would you mind taking them home with you? Our mailboxes aren't that big, and I'm pretty sure the management wouldn't appreciate people leaving food in them. It might cause rats or bugs. I wouldn't want that. And for the record, I'm currently on a bit of a diet. My wedding's only 3 months away and all. So I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to eat them anyway. Plus, both of us have agreed to not eat out for a while to save some money.
Are you out of your mind? The only thing you had going for you was your curves.
Let me ask you this way, Anna. If you were me, would you want to look like this on your wedding day?
Good God, no, I'd rather die. But that's me, not you. I've always been careful not to get fat.
And I've decided that my wedding is the perfect opportunity to get into shape myself. So I appreciate you bringing a gift over, but I'm afraid I won't be eating any donuts anytime soon. So don't bring me any more sweet stuff like that, okay?
Can I talk to you about something, Jessie? You've changed since you've gotten engaged. Before, you would never turn down an opportunity to chow down on some donuts with me. We used to go out together all the time, too. But these last few months, I've been lucky if I get to see you once a week. I didn't think you were the type of girl who would change this much just because you got a man in your life.
It has nothing to do with me dating Harvey. Think about it. You didn't even realize I had a boyfriend until I told Mom and Dad I was getting married, right?
Well, I've been pretty busy pursuing my career as an Instagram model since last year, so I guess I didn't notice. But when I think about it, maybe this has been going on for longer than I thought. Actually, yeah, remember last year when I was crying my eyes out asking for money to buy a concert ticket? You didn't give me any money, did you?
That's because you were trying to buy a front row ticket for $1,000 from a scalper. In any case, I decided to go on a diet. I realized that I hadn't been taking good enough care of myself and want to fix a few things before my wedding.
Look, Jessie, you're my big sister, so I feel like I'm the only person who has the guts to say this to you straight up. Can I be brutally honest with you?
About what?
About your whole diet thing. Losing weight isn't going to change the fact that you're ugly. I mean, do you really think that's the extent of your problems? Dropping 5, 10, even 15 pounds isn't going to suddenly transform your entire appearance. I get it though. Your wedding is coming up soon and you're really excited. But I really think you need to face reality here.
Even if that were the case, I still want to lose a bit of weight.
Didn't you hear me? Your curves are your only appealing feature. If you lose weight, you'll lose the only thing about you that would make a man attracted to you.
Anna, if you're done, I think it's my turn to say my piece. I think you're being more than just a little bit disrespectful to me. And I'm not talking about just this conversation. You've been this way for as long as I can remember. If you want to think that I'm ugly, then that's fine. But do you really need to tell me?
Of course I do. I'm telling you this for your own good.
Okay, let me put it to you a different way. I don't like it when you call me ugly, so stop doing it. I'm already perfectly aware of my appearance without your constant reminders.
That settles it. You really have changed. Whoever this Garvey guy is, he's completely brainwashed you.
Brainwashed me? Well, I suppose you could put it that way.
What? You mean he has brainwashed you? Is he in a cult or something? Is he trying to drag you into it?
No. I'm trying to say that he's washed away all the self-doubt and misery that I once had and replaced it with confidence and happiness.
Oh, well, isn't that lovely? Okay, once again, I gotta be brutally honest with you. Do not say that at your wedding. I think I would die of secondhand cringe. Hey there, Jessie. I need to apologize for something.
You do? What is it, Anna?
The thing is, I'm gonna have to cancel on you tomorrow.
Tomorrow? But my wedding is tomorrow. You're not coming to my wedding after all?
That's right. I decided that I don't want any part in the wedding of two ugly losers. Not only would it be a total waste of time and money, but if any of my cool Instagram friends found out I was there, I would never live it down.
Okay, thanks for letting me know. I'll call the venue and tell them they don't need to set up a seat for you.
That's it? That's your reaction? Aren't you, surprised? Or are you just putting on a strong face to hide the fact that you're heartbroken?
No, that's not it. I don't know, I kind of saw this coming somehow. Like, I knew deep down that you really hated me. And now my suspicions are confirmed.
It took you this long to catch on? My God. It was like, no matter what I did or said to you, you always thought of me as your darling little sister. And now that you're over 30 and finally getting married to someone as ugly as you are, you finally realize it.
Like I said, you always talked to me like you thought you were better than me. Like calling me ugly and fat at every opportunity. But in spite of all that, you are my only sister. And when you weren't belittling me because of my looks, I actually did enjoy all the time we spent together. So yes, I did always think of you as my darling little sister.
Aw, that's so sweet of you, Jessie. I'm touched, really. But the truth is, I never saw you as anything but a fat, ugly loser. So yeah, my original plan was actually to go to your wedding and totally steal the show from you. I mean, it wouldn't be that hard to do, since I'm like 1,000,000 times prettier than you. But if I wore a beautiful flowing white dress to go along with it, everyone's eyes would be on me instead of on you.
Wow, if you did something like that, you would probably get a lot of attention. You've got that right. But not the kind of attention you think you'd get.
Nah, I'm fully aware that everyone would think I was a psycho if I did that, so I was debating whether to do it or not for a long time. It was a tough decision. On one hand, ruining your wedding for you would be super hilarious, But on the other hand, I would rather not ruin everyone's impression of me as a sweet, innocent, pretty little thing. But that was until I saw him. I saw your husband, Jesse.
What? When?
You moved out of your apartment last month to go and live with your husband, right? Yes, I know that you got legally married already. You're not hiding anything from me. When I heard you were moving, I thought it would be the perfect opportunity to sneak a peek at your husband without you noticing. So I hid out in a nearby cafe until I saw a moving truck going by, and I followed it right to your house.
Huh. That's some pretty impressive detective work, Anna.
Mom was going on and on about what a super great guy he was, and you just completely refused to even send me a freaking picture of the guy. So I was thinking, wow, what kind of uber-eligible Adonis must this guy be? But he's just a chubby, middle-aged guy with a scruffy beard. You two were made for each other.
Oh, well, thank you for saying that. I'm glad you think that Harvey and I make a great couple.
That wasn't a compliment, you moron. So yeah, I took one look at him and knew that I didn't want to be in the same room as him. I'll bet he only showers like once a week. So with a gross groom and a bulbous bride, I knew that there was no way I was going to go to that wedding. I mean, you couldn't pay me enough to be seen in public around you two.
I'm glad you're finally being honest with me, Anna. As much as you're my sister, however, I'm afraid I can't sit by and allow you to disparage my husband. It's one thing for you to mock me, but Harvey doesn't deserve to be spoken about that way. If you don't want to come to my wedding, that's fine with me. But I don't plan on speaking to you again after this.
So we're in agreement then. I don't want to associate with a couple of homeless shelter rejects like you two either. Man, why did I have to be born into the same family as you? I deserve to have a beautiful family. Well, whatever. I'm gonna marry Nate Green anyway.
Nate Green? You mean the lead singer of that band you like?
Yeah, they were performing at the concert that you were too cheap to buy me a ticket for. Once I marry Nate Green, then I'll have a beautiful family that I was destined for.
Uh-huh. Well, good luck with that. I hope you enjoy your life, Anna.
With you out of my life, I'm gonna enjoy it way more now. Have fun with your ugly husband. Oh, and be sure to save up a lot of money to get your ugly kid's plastic surgery. Jesse! Why didn't you tell me
Tell you what?
that your husband Harvey is Nate Green's older brother?
You never asked.
I just checked his Instagram account, and he put up a picture of your wedding. He blurred out your face, but I could tell that it was you in the picture with him. I can't believe you would keep this a secret from me. You knew I was a massive fan of Nate's. I've been going to all of their concerts that I can this entire year.
You really don't understand why I would hide Harvey's identity from you?
No, now explain yourself.
Isn't it obvious? If you found out that Harvey was Nate's older brother, you would be constantly bugging me to let you meet him.
Duh. This is the Nate Green we're talking about. He's only the single hottest guy in the music industry right now. His band is about to go on a world tour, too. This is so unfair. I've only ever seen Nate from way up in the cheap seats, but you got to take a picture with him.
And whose fault is it that you didn't come to my wedding, Anna?
If I knew Nate was coming, I would have dropped everything to come. I'd crawl a mile through broken glass, rusty nails, and use syringes in order to meet Nate up close at your wedding.
It's precisely that psycho attitude of yours that made me debate whether or not I should invite you to my wedding in the first place. You're right, I do know how big of a fan you are of Nate's. And so I was understandably concerned about what sort of nonsense you'd pull when you realized he was in the room. So I called Nate personally to tell him about you and see what he thought. And you know what he said? He said that he's more than used to crazy fans and that he didn't want me to leave my sister out of the wedding for his sake.
You called Nate? As in, you have his number?
Well, yeah, he's my brother-in-law after all. I don't think it's strange for family members to have each other's phone numbers.
Then, if you and Nate are family members and I'm your sister, that means me and Nate are family too. You have to introduce me to him.
Sorry, no can do. He's already left. They're going on a world tour soon, remember?
What? Then when am I going to get to meet him?
Probably never.
Is he going to visit for Christmas or something? I'll be able to meet him then, right?
I wouldn't count on it. He's a world-famous musician.
Whatever. The next time he comes to visit, you had better let me know.
Do you have the memory of a goldfish? Just yesterday you told me that you never wanted to associate with an ugly loser like me ever again.
That was yesterday, though. I'm sorry for what I said. There, now we've made up, and you can introduce me to your hot rock star brother-in-law.
Did you really think it would be that easy to get me to forgive you?
What do you want me to do? Get down on my hands and knees and beg for forgiveness?
You've been saying all sorts of cruel things to me for as long as I can remember. But I always held out hope that deep down you were just being honest with me because you were family.
That's exactly right. Sure, I may not have the best way with words, but I was just trying to help you when I called you ugly and fat. I wanted to encourage you to be healthier.
That's a lie. You know it and I know it. The plain and simple truth is that you were just making fun of me. You even said so yourself yesterday.
I was just angry, that's all. I didn't mean it.
You have an anonymous Instagram account, don't you, Anna?
Huh? I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's too late for you to hide it, Anna. I already know. You posted a picture of us together a few years ago that went viral. You know, one of those which would you rather have pictures. I saw that, Anna.
Oh.
You tried to hide it by blurring out our faces, but I could still tell that it was me and you. It was a picture that you took of us just a few days before you posted it.
Okay, there's a very good explanation for that. It's called viral marketing. You know, those kind of pictures get tons of views, likes, shares, and comments. I thought I could use it to propel my modeling career. And I blurred out your face, so what's the problem?
The problem is that you continued to post that exact same kind of picture. Not only that, you were always posting about your fat, ugly older sister. Like a few months ago after you found out I was getting married, you posted, quote, "My fat, ugly sister just told me she's engaged, but she won't let me meet him. She's totally lying to impress me." Then when you found out I was telling the truth, you posted another banger. "My fat, ugly sister is married to an equally fat, equally ugly man. God, I feel so bad for their future children."
I'm sorry, okay? I was just jealous that you got married before me. I'm almost 32, you know. I want to meet a great guy and settle down, but all the men around my age are a bunch of indecisive losers.
I bet that's part of it, but that doesn't erase the fact that you've been just as cruel to me since even before I got engaged. You've hurt me so much, Anna.
I'm so sorry, Jesse. I realize now that I was totally out of line and totally wrong about you. I mean, you got married to the older brother of a world-famous musician. You're the luckiest girl in the world. Either that or you got piles of karma built up from being a good person all the time. So please, Jesse, I'm begging you, forgive me.
No.
Come on. Why won't you forgive me? I told you I'm sorry. And that's not all talk. I feel genuinely bad about what I've done to you.
I thought I made myself clear yesterday. I can deal with you talking trash about me anonymously on the internet. I can even forgive you for trying to ruin the diet I was working so hard on. But when you dragged my husband Harvey into it, that's where I draw the line.
I'm sorry for that too.
You're going to have to learn that some things can't be fixed with an apology. I've done more than enough for you over the years as your sister, and I'm not going to do it anymore.
I'm really, really, really sorry, Jesse. I'll never say anything mean about you or your husband ever again. I'll do anything you ask me to. Anything. I'll even be your slave if you want.
Sorry, Anna, but I've resolved to spend the rest of my life with only people who genuinely care for me. You're just going through this act because you want to meet Nate.
That's not it. It's just, you're the only person I have to talk to.
That's not true. You have a bunch of followers on social media, don't you? Hey, I've got an idea for your next post that's sure to go viral. My fat, ugly sister just disowned me. I blocked Anna's number immediately after that last text and got a new phone the very next day. I'm sure that right now she's bombarding my parents with texts complaining about me, but that won't work. I told them about everything she's done to me up until now when I introduced them to Harvey, so they know what she's really after. It seems that Anna hasn't quite given up just yet. A month after cutting off contact with her, I heard that she had been arrested. Apparently, she had tried to force her way into the backstage area of one of Nate's concerts. When the guards stopped her, she started screaming that she was Nate's family member and had every right to go and see him. As a result, she's now barred from the band's concerts for life. As for me, Harvey and I just found out that I am pregnant with our very first child. I can't wait to see what the future holds for the three of us.